Hey guys, Tim here from Ragelag Gaming. Today I just want to do a video on some upcoming games I'm going to either pick up or give a miss. Now this is actually my second take of this video. I shot the whole video driving home from work at 8:30 this morning, but after watching it back, I look really tired and miserable. So here's my second take at it. Hopefully I sound a little bit more upbeat, even though that was only about an hour ago. So we'll see. Um, Before I get into it, I did finish Link's Awakening on Saturday night. My final thoughts on that were, while overall I had a positive experience, I think towards the end, some of the dungeons, like that bird dungeon, just did my head in. Maybe that's just me though. I think the bosses could have used a bit more, I don't know, difficulty. But the puzzles, oh, that was bad. It was a bad time in my life. But I did get to the end and finish it, so overall, it was a good game, but as far as, comparing them to other Zelda games, I think it's in the bottom rung for me. For me anyway. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would disagree, and that's all cool. Everyone's got their opinions. That's what it's all about. So anyway, let's get into this one. First of all, this Friday, the 25th of November, we've got a Swagger Games coming out. Now, the first one out of the group that I'll be getting is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm really looking forward to the campaign. I'm not much into multiplayer Call of Duty games. I did play Black Ops 4 a little bit while I was waiting for Red Dead Redemption 2 to come out last year, and I did have fun with it, but definitely looking forward to that campaign. That's what my main focus will be on. I have a feeling this is going to be possibly the best Call of Duty game ever. I'm not a huge fan of Call of Duty in general. Obviously, they're a little bit repetitive and whatnot, but I have a feeling about this one. I think it's going to be really good. The next game I'm going to be getting on the same day is Medieval. It's a remake of the PlayStation 1 game that I never played. It looks really fun and the price is right. It's $39 here in Australia. From what I've seen in the trailers, I didn't get to play the demo, but I actually went to go and download it on Sunday and it wasn't there anymore. So I'm a bit annoyed that I missed out on that one, kicking myself, because I did want to try it before it come out. But from what I've seen, it looks good enough for me to pick up. And at that price, I'm happy to go and get it. The other game that's coming out on the same day is Outer Worlds. Now, I'm going to give this one a miss simply because of the sheer number of games coming out at the end of this month and in November. I'm just not going to have time to play it. It does look a little bit like Borderlands and Rage, or Rage 2 to me. I didn't play those. I did play the older Borderlands games, and which I didn't particularly like, so I didn't pick up Borderlands 3, but I could be completely wrong in this, and Outer Worlds has got nothing to do, or it's completely different to those games I've just mentioned, but I'm just going to give it a miss, mainly, like I said, because of the sheer number of other things coming out that I'm looking forward to more than this one. Next one I think is the 31st of October, which is Luigi's Mansion 3. Out of E3, of all the playable games, apparently this one was the best, and some people have even got it down as their dark horse for Game of the Year. Luigi's Mansion Game of the Year. Not too sure about that, but I don't know, maybe. Hasn't been the biggest year in gaming, so something like Luigi's Mansion could come through, maybe. I don't know, a little bolter. But yeah, definitely looking forward to picking that one up, see what that's all about. I think the next ones are 8th of November, which is you got Need for Speed Heat. Now, Need for Speed Heat, I haven't played a Need for Speed game since Underground on the PS2. I think I actually own Carbon as well over there. But I fell out of the series, and from what I've seen, and I've got friends that have played some of the more recent ones, so I'm not interested in those. But this one actually looks like those games that I used to enjoy. I really like the Underground series. It's one of my most played games as a kid. The soundtrack and everything was just awesome in those games. And it sort of reminded me of the peak of, the Fast and the Furious movies. Around that time, I was getting my first car. Weapon of choice was a Holden Apollo, a baby blue one that I picked up for $500. I think a few weeks after I bought it, I dropped like a $700 sound system in it. So I was a very wise teenager. I'm actually tempted to pick up this Need for Speed Heat because it actually looks pretty good to me. It'll come down in price eventually, so maybe I'll pick it up then. I don't know about paying full price for it. And the next one we've got is Death Stranding and it comes out the same day as Need for Speed Heat. I don't know about this game. Something's just off to me about it. It's just the overall vibe of the thing. What was that off?
What section of the Constitution has been breached?
Section? What section? There is no one section. It's just the vibe of the thing.
It's just a bit confusing to me. So far, all I'm going off is Norman Reedus, a cameo from Jeff Keighley, some peeing, a ladder, and a fetus.
Summing up, it's the Constitution, it's Mabo, it's justice, it's law, it's the vibe, and no, that's it, it's the vibe. I rest my case.
That was sensational.
I sort of need a bit more to go off for this game. Apparently, and I might have to check it out, I'm debating it, but apparently a whole heap of stuff has been dumped online, pretty much spoiling the whole game. Reviewers have got it, and they're supposedly allowed to talk about the first 3 chapters of the game, but someone's went and unleashed a whole swag of stuff on this game. Apparently there's a screenshot out there that if you see it, pretty much ruins the whole game for you. So I probably won't go looking for it, but I don't know if I'm going to be picking it up day one. I might have to wait to see what everyone else thinks of it before I go picking it up, because it's Hideo Kojima, obviously well known for his unique style of creations, I guess, for the Metal Gear Solid series, and I really hope it's good. I have a feeling it's going to be amazing, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm buying at this point in time. I just don't. And yeah, like I said, for anyone who wants to find out, apparently it's just rife on the internet at the moment. Spoilers and what this game actually is. It's all out there now. It's just been unleashed. Now, 1 week after Death Stranding's release is the new Star Wars game. Now, to my surprise, apparently this game is looking really good. Reviewers have it. One of the big YouTubers that I actually like is Easy Allies, and they did like a hands-on impression of the first sort of hands-on impression of the first few hours of this game, and it's actually surprising me. It looks really good, and they're sort of saying, when I first saw it at E3, I'm thinking, okay, this looks like Uncharted, but that's been sort of copied by Tomb Raider series. So I'm thinking, okay, more Uncharted. I'm not sure. This is overkill now. But apparently those guys are saying, they're getting sort of Souls vibes from it and Metroidvania feels. So, and from what I saw, the footage that they showed, it just looks better and better the more I see. So maybe, EA got their act together, and we might actually be getting a good Star Wars game. I'm sure it'll be littered with microtransactions, but, whatever, it doesn't faze me. Microtransactions, I know there's a lot of talk about that in the community, but just don't buy it if you don't want it. Now, the other game that's coming out the same day as Star Wars is Pokemon, Sword and Shield. I will pick up one of them, not sure which one yet. I'm a big fan of Gen 1 and Gen 2. I've beaten both those games multiple times over. Huge nostalgia factor for me. I remember playing those with my brothers and watching the anime. Huge place in my, I guess, gaming history is Pokemon Blue version. So, and Pokemon Heart Gold. The other Pokemon games I've played are I've played like half of Pokemon Y and probably half again of Pokemon Platinum. I did play Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Um, there were some things I liked about that game, some things I didn't like, especially the how they made it ridiculously easy. It was pretty much impossible to die in that game. So hopefully they go back to, making it a bit more challenging like the original games were. Dynamaxing and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I'm invested enough to buy the game. Hopefully it really surprises me and blows me out of the water and I'm like a Pokemaniac again. Or something like that. Yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield, November 15th. Now the only other one on my radar for the rest of 2019 is Darksiders Genesis. Now Darksiders Genesis is a bit different to 1, 2, and 3 in the Darksiders series. It's more of a top-down Diablo style game. I don't know a whole lot about it, but because I like this Darksiders series so much, I am going to be getting it regardless. I'm just, every now and again, everyone has those series where it doesn't matter, you're just going to buy it, and Darksiders falls into that category for me. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'm going to be getting a video up on my top 5 PlayStation 4 games, so keep an eye out for that one. There's a few other ideas I've got for some content coming up as well. So yeah, so far having some fun with this new venture, the new YouTube channel. No museums on the horizon, but this is a start. So thank you everyone for watching. Let me know down in the comments, guys, what you're picking up in the next couple of months, what you're looking forward to, what you're not looking forward to. Please hit the thumbs up button, it really helps out. And subscribe to my humble channel if you haven't already. Now on that same day as Need for Speed Heat is Death Stranding.